inside. Stand up there, the people spread me high, open wide. Everybody inside there like it's getting hard. But when I watch out their faces, mama, yo, like they're going mad. It must be the budget that the man from White called the greed. Cause all of them inside are there like a suck and crazy seed. That guy in the head couldn't come from weed. This is not a dead in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a chupidi begging for mercy. This is not a dead in here, this is madness.
Don't play that for me, Tapagi. Don't play that for me, Tapagi. Let me play it for me, Tapagi. Oh, God. Yeah, Bakana.
I jump the wall about 12 o'clock and I'm gone inside. Stand up there, the people spread me high, open wide. Everybody inside there like it's getting hard. But when I watch out their faces, mama, yo, like they're going mad. It must be the budget that the man from White called the greed. Cause all of them inside are there like a suck and crazy seed. That guy in the head couldn't come from weed. This is not a dead in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a chupidi begging for mercy. This is not a dead in here, this is madness. Everybody mad. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Why we going there? One who does night with bronze. You say one used to walk the road like she can't touch the ground. Since she lost, she takes it over. If you see the child getting on kind of wild and wassy like wassy going out of style. Wrong move down in head and ball, something feeling shame. How she have about 12 to see and she went to holy name.
Never get it again. Never get it again. We going live.
I jumped the wall about 12 o'clock and I'm gone inside. Stand up there, the people spread me high, open wide. Everybody inside there like it's getting hard. But when I watch out their faces, mama, yo, like they're going mad. It must be the budget that the man from White called the greed. Cause all of them inside are there like a suck and crazy seed. That guy in the head couldn't come from weed. This is not a dead in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a chupidi begging for mercy. This is not a dead in here, this is madness. Everybody mad.
All right. So let me get these shoulders. We had to be going to start. We had to be going to. Share the link. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and I know that it is unusual that you all are seeing me here. So during the daytime. Now I know that we are now starting on the YouTube and trying to move away from the Facebook. I'm moving away from the Facebook because really and truly, Facebook is playing up in the ass now. I'm telling you honestly, playing up in the ass. And we have a lot to discuss. Let me just send the link to a number of persons and you know, I want to send the link here because really and truly, we have to discuss certain things. We have to put the things in perspective now and really get the thing going. No, I don't want this one. Let me just get this thing going. Right. Um, so let me just get it here. Right. Hold on. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me share it. Let me share it out. Right. Just share it out here. So a lot of people may not know that I am live. But you know how the thing this go? They want everybody to participate on it and really, you know, okay. So we want to share it and let people know that we are here. So I want to play some things that is very, very disturbing. You know, I want to play some things that are very, very disturbing this morning. And share it, let people know that we are here. Click on it, let people know that we are here this morning. I want people to know that we are here this morning. So share it and send your comments. You have freedom to send your comments because we are live and we are living color, you know. But I want to play some things just now. Let me just send it out here so that people will know that we are here. So we can share it and make our comments and all these different things. Let me just put it out there one time so that people could actually get on board with it. No, let me just share it out here. The first time, trust me. There we go. Gonna put it here, right? I'm gonna put it here so that you all know that I am live. New publish, right? So now that we have it here, let me begin my my live. You know, just want to make sure that everybody's on board. Share it, please. Let people know it's a first timer. You know, it's a first time that we go in this direction because of what has been happening on the Facebook. I can't take it no more. You know, and we need to let people know that we are now broadcasting from a new frequency. Yes, we broadcasting from a new frequency. So I just want people to know that we are here. Just click on it and we will then get, and then we go. We just let you all know I here on YouTube. Right, so just give me a little second. Just make sure you know all systems go. Just get a little system time here to really get the thing in motion. Because I no longer will be doing lives on the Facebook. I'm looking to transform now over to YouTube. Now, this morning, I would have gotten up this morning and please subscribe, like, and share my YouTube now. Please like and subscribe and share and let people know. So, but this morning, I woke up this morning and I happened to just turn radio stations to listen to what these people are saying on the frequencies. Only to realize, only to realize these kind of rants were being said. Now listen, Now I want to play this particular caller, and this is how the UNC, this is how the UNC is calling radio stations and behaving. Listen to this caller that called a radio station this morning. Listen to this.
Facebook right now, right? I'm blowing up Facebook,
No,
and I want people.
Sorry, wrong one. Listen to this. Listen to this caller. Listen to this caller.
Boy, Mikey, we're just now. Morning, caller.
Morning, guys.
Morning. Where you calling
I
from?
just want to say, Andrea is sleeping with the angels now.
Listen
We
to
shouldn't
it.
wake up her, right? I want to tell you something. My sister went for dressing in a certain health center, right? And everybody sit down. Everybody sit down by nurses and them, and they're talking. So they say, anytime the indoor Trinidadians go in the health center,
Listen
they're
to
not treating them, they're not giving them oxygen. When they see a few days pass, they're dying, then they're going to put oxygen. But the Afro Trinidadians, when they go, they're treating them real good. If you look at it, you see almost Indians who are dying. And this is not fair.
All right, let me ask you something, caller. What health center is that?
No, I don't want to call it.
No. You can't shout something like that. Listen, what health center?
Shogunas.
Now you hear that? You hear that? Racist comments are being made about the Shogunas now. Health center, not saying about East Indians. Now listen to it, eh? Listen how the rant continues, and look where UNC supporters, talk show hosts, callers, just look and listen to where they have reached in this country. Listen to this. Listen to this one. And I want to play this madman. Listen to this man.
So we have to ask ourselves, and somebody said it, we're going to reach some very high figures. I'm telling you right now, we are going to reach some very high figures. The question has to be, is this government part of Operation Reset? We need to know, because listen, these are not far-fetched things. When it is that you reach this point where you know the death is at your doorstep, some people might psychologically say that you're paranoid. But it's not you're paranoid, you're very concerned because you can't pass nothing by this government. Are you part of Operation Reset? Because you can't reset if you don't reprogram. Are we part of this? Are you deliberately manufacturing positive COVID tested patients? Now, again, the first test could be wrong, as I said before. So, you had to go get the CAT scan, you take the second test, boom, they find out, now you're positive. What's really taking place here? That gentleman and the listening public, what's really taking place? I guess somebody said it earlier, I believe they are targeting East Indians in this country. I go on the record to say that I believe they are targeting not just East Indians, but they want a lot of these pensioners to die out. There's an ease on the treasury. They want a lot of people with comorbidities, hypertension, diabetes to die out because there's a strain on the treasury. They also want a lot of people who are sick and using the dialysis and so.
Now you hear that? Now you hearing that? Now the average man in Trinidad and Tobago would think that as a responsible talk show host, you ought not to have gone down the road of promoting race. Not only just promoting it, you are putting it on record that they are targeting East Indians in this country. You are putting it on record. And that is dangerous. That is so dangerous. How could you have a talk show host that is inciting and insinuating on national radio? On national radio, that, you know, they're targeting East Indians. They're targeting pensioners. They want them to die because there's a strain. You hear, let me play it again, man. Let me play it again.
Mikey, we're just now,
No, just now, let me play it.
So we have to ask ourselves,
Listen.
and somebody said it, we're going to read some very high figures. I'm telling you right now. We are going to read some very high figures. The question has to be, is this government part of Operation Reset? We need to know, because listen, these are not far-fetched things. When it is that you reach this point where you know the death is at your doorstep, some people might psychologically say that you're paranoid. But it's not you're paranoid, you're very concerned because you can't pass nothing by this government. Are you part of Operation Reset? Because you can't reset if you don't reprogram. Are we part of this? Are you deliberately manufacturing positive COVID tested patients? No, again, now the first test could be wrong, as I said before. So you had to go get the CAT scan, you take the second test, boom, they find out, now you're positive. What's really taking place here? That gentleman and the listening public, what's really taking place? And yes, somebody said it earlier, I believe they are targeting East Indians in this country. I go on the record to say that I believe they are targeting not just East Indians, but they want a lot of these pensioners to die out. There is an ease on the treasury. They want a lot of people with comorbidities, hypertension, diabetes to die out because there's a strain on the treasury. They also want a lot of people who are sick and using the dialysis and so.
Now you hearing them think. What would you think that is actually happening in this society called Trinidad and Tobago? What do you think people will actually say about a society like Trinidad and Tobago? And we are supposed to be a blessed country, a rainbow country, where here every creed and race finds an equal place. And here it is, a talk show host is carrying on a propaganda, carrying out a propaganda this morning that is stating that the administration is carrying out an agenda on East Indians in this country. What is the police commissioner going to do about it? What is he going to be doing about this? Is he going to be calling him in? Is he going to be given a pat on the back? Will we ever see any form of justice in this place? Will we see it? So because this mad woman, listen to this woman. Listen to this woman.
Facebook right now, right? I'm blowing up Facebook. And I want people to listen to me closely and carefully to what I have to say before passing judgment on me, because that is what everybody did. That is what everybody did. Before I begin this live, I want to say if I have said anything to offend anybody, I humbly apologize for any statements. But again, I never make statements just so. I will only make statements on information I received. And before I move further on into the live, as I said, I want people to sit down and listen carefully to what Vicky Rampasad of Women Warriors have to say this evening. And then you can pass whatever judgment you want to pass on me for standing up. Because as an Indian woman in Trinidad and Tobago, I will continue to stand up.
And you hear again, eh? Now all of them have the same traits running through them, eh? As an Indian, they're attacking Indians. Listen to where it's going down to, you know. So it's all about a supremacy war that is going to be taking place. That one feels that they are under attack. Now, she would have made statements that stating that it's only East Indians in East Indian areas that are dying from COVID. She said it. not me. Now she's coming back now to talk about women warriors. Now I want to make it clear. The Fearless Warrior has never set up anything called no women warriors. I don't know where she get that from. And she should stop using the name in warriors. Because she's not even part and parcel of no Fearless Warrior and no women's warriors. The Fearless Warrior chooses who he wants to be a woman warrior. You see, them kind of people, they are not part and parcel of any woman's warriors. Because we don't need no Batman and no Robin and no and no other persons working with me. We did not ask her. If Powder Puff Girl want to talk all what she want to talk in the public domain, attack who she want to attack, blatantly, without even thinking, that's her business. And you know what she went on to him say? She got reliable information without even checking the sources first. So it's all about, and when you look at who is working in the healthcare system, there are a lot of East Indian doctors. There are a lot of East Indian doctors and nurses working in the healthcare sector. So for them to make these kind of stupid remarks, one has to be careful. One has to be careful. So right, Vicky, eh? Yeah, that Vicky. Vicky talking about that. But yeah, Vicky. Now only you just apologize, or you say, or it seems to be that you're apologizing. Listen to Vicky. Listen to Vicky.
Fight for a country that refused to fight for themselves.
Nobody
I am
answer
here
that.
out there risking my life, standing up for people in this country, and who stood up for me. These activists that I called out their names, they are the ones that stand up for me, and they know more than anything that I am not racial. That I am not racial. You understand? So all who want to come and intimidate me and say that I said certain thing and I inciting violence, I am not inciting violence. The violence have been incited from the head of this country. What are we the citizens supposed to do? You understand?
So you just apologize. You just said you take down the post. You just saying that you will stand up. But here it is, you are making another accusation and saying that the head, you know. Yeah, listen to it again. Listen to it
Fight
again.
for a country that refused to fight for themselves. I am here out there risking my life, standing up for people in this country, and who stood up for me. These activists that I called out their names, they are the ones that stand up for me, and they know more than anything that I am not racial. That I am not racial. You understand? So all who want to come and intimidate me and say that I said certain thing and I inciting violence, I am not inciting violence. The violence have been incited from the head of this country. What are we the citizens supposed to do? You understand?
No, hear the hypocrisy. Hear the hypocrisy in this thing, eh? Because just the other day, this goodly gentleman would have made this statement. Just the other day, this goodly gentleman would have made this statement.
Right, yeah. The views for David Welch. There are 50 of you on this live right now. If this was about views for David Welch and money for David Welch, I would have fought to keep Trio.TT, and I'm not fighting that today. I'm not fighting to keep Trio.TT. In fact, Vicky said she was walking away from Trio.TT, and she did not walk away from Trio.TT. What she did was hijacked Trio.TT, removed myself from Trio.TT as an editor, and is trying to take over.
Oh, just now, hold on.
Me, and I'm an African for you.
Listen,
I'm a nigger for you. Some of you, Vicky, I'm a PNM, correct? I'm just like the PNM in my area is what many of you have to say to David Welch. I'm just an African youth that nothing good could come out of. It's only Indian people good could come out from, right? This African youth have done so.
Now, isn't that not contradiction of what she was saying. Because here it is, you attacked. You would have attacked places like Laventille, Beetham, Sealants, all these places, and said that they're not getting COVID, but only your East Indian areas getting COVID. That is what she said. That is what Vicky Rampersad said. But here it is, David Welch said it. It was recorded. It was recorded and said over and over and over again. So it would have had racism taking place in Trio-TT long time. But you would have also have this racist agenda going out because she wanted it to be in she area. Everything must be about them. And then you are stating that you're not racist. But here it is, a talk show host. Here it is, a talk show host is backing up a caller with mischief on a radio station. Listen. Listen to this caller. Listen.
Mikey.
Listen.
Just now. Morning, caller.
Morning, guys.
Morning. Where you calling
I
from?
just want to say, Andrea is sleeping with the angels now. We shouldn't wake up her.
Listen
right?
to this man, woman.
I want to tell you something. My sister went for dressing in a certain health center, right? And everybody sit down. Everybody sit down by nurses and them, and they're talking.
Yeah,
So they say, anytime the indoor Trinidadians go in the health center, they're not treating them, they're not giving them oxygen. When they see a few days pass, they're dying, then they go to put oxygen. But the Afro Trinidadians, when they go, they're treating them real good. If you look at it, they see almost Indians who are dying. And this is not fair.
All right, let me ask you something, caller. What health center is that?
No, I don't want to call it.
No. You can't talk something like that. Listen, what health center?
Now you hear it? You're hearing it for yourself, eh? So not only the caller, followed from Vicky Rampersad and making a racial statement about the healthcare service in Trinidad and how they are providing this service to people in Trinidad and Tobago. You now have a man better known as AKA Razzle Dazzle. Listen to him.
So we have to ask ourselves, and somebody said it, we're going to read some very high figures. I'm telling you right now. We are going to read some very high figures. The question has to be, is this government part of Operation Reset? We need to know, because listen, these are not far-fetched things. When it is that you reach this point where you know the death is at your doorstep, some people might psychologically say that you're paranoid. But it's not you're paranoid, you're very concerned because you can't pass nothing by this government. Are you part of Operation Reset? Because you can't reset if you don't reprogram. Are we part of this? Are you deliberately manufacturing positive COVID tested patients? Now, again, the first test could be wrong, as I said before. So, you had to go get the CAT scan, they take the second test, boom, they find out, now you're positive. What's really taking place here? That gentlemen and the listening public, what's really taking place? And yes, somebody said it, I believe they are targeting East Indians in this country.
Yeah.
I go on the record to say that.
Yeah. He's going on record to say that this government is targeting East Indians. He's going on record to say that. But let me only open my mouth and talk certain things. That is why I just be ashamed when I hear. I just be ashamed when I hear them talking about who for sale. Who for sale. People, we must not allow ourselves to go down and degrade ourselves to what they're doing. They are carrying out their agenda. They are carrying out their agenda. And their agenda is to become the head of every single institution. They don't care who toes that to step on. Because if you listen to what they are clearly stating, it is all about carrying out the agenda of not just political, but Indian agenda. That is what them say, not me. They are carrying out the agenda of Indian supremacy in Trinidad and Tobago. And that must be condemned by Kamala Prasad, BSSA. It must be condemned. It should be condemned. Why do we have people like this sitting on our national radio stations making these kind of absurd and stupid insinuations and allegations and inciting war amongst races in this country? And when they incite the racism and we get a revolution, because some of them planning for a revolution, Some of them are even saying they want a revolution. Get a 10,000 here, a 20,000 there. They don't care whether or not if people eat, they don't eat. All they want to know is that UNC gets back into office. And clearly, if it is that UNC is a unified party, as they claim, or they purport it to be, why isn't the leader not coming out and talking and stating to the national public, look, you all cannot be making these statements because this party is a unified party. It have blacks, it have Indian, it have Chinese, it have everybody. Why are they not making that statement? But they will come and make all kind of allegations to make people believe that the People's National Movement is only a black people party and they're attacking Indian. And that is kind of international thing that they want to carry out there internationally. That is the kind of thing that they want to carry out internationally in the international world. To make people believe that a black government attacking the Indians in this country. Just as like what they did when Hosi Bagan and all of them, that is what they did. We must not allow these people to carry out this nasty propaganda anymore. And the same way how the police commissioner, which I will deal with tonight. I will deal with that tonight. Is playing politics now. And you know all who is who. Why hasn't he not reining all these people? Because it cannot be that it's about just apologize and let me move on. The days are not done. The days of that is done. It's over. But or you could have run down to get a poor African girl down in Kukurit. Bring she, embarrass she. But Vicky Rampersad, who is making these kind of statements, these seditious statements, or you fail to bring she in. Or you fail to bring her in. Is it that there's one law for one and there's another law for another set of race in this country? I am now compelled to ask the police commissioner this. But tonight, I will dive into something that I saw the police commissioner put out in the public domain, which is very, very distasteful. It is very, 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 very distasteful to see what a police commissioner put into the public domain in Trinidad and Tobago. But I want to ask the question, why has not the police commissioner, Pauline Vicky Rampersad, Michael T. Kerr, or Michael K. Kerr, whoever the assholes call him, but these statements, and even the caller who is making that accusation, that unfounded lie, that East Indians are not being attended to in the Shogunas Health Center. That is one of the blasted lies that you will ever see. But how many people are raising their voices? How many? We cannot allow this thing to continue. It is overbearing. We cannot allow this kind of misconduct. And these people to do what they want in this country, regardless if they're talk show hosts or any of the above. You cannot tell me that you have a man who ought to know better stating on national radio that yes, I am putting it on record as though the government is only targeting Indians, pensioners, and all those who are burdened on the state. That is a serious allegation. That is a serious allegation. And the government of Trinidad and Tobago needs to deal with these things. You cannot have people promoting and inciting violence, race hate crimes, and statements in the public domain. And you don't hear one word from the police commissioner, the national security minister, or even the MPs on this particular matter. It must be dealt with immediately. Otherwise, we are going to find ourselves in a situation where our country is going to go down a dark road. And it is already going down that road, you know, because of what they believe. They have more rights and they are more empowered than everybody else in this society. People, we must not allow these things. We must not allow people to be calling and insinuating these kind of lies and propaganda in the society. We cannot. And I will just play it one more time for you. One more time. Listen to this caller. Listen to them.
Oi, Mikey, we're just now. Morning, caller.
Morning, guys.
Morning. Where you calling
I
from?
just want to say, Andrea is sleeping with the angels now. We shouldn't wake up her, right? I want to tell you something. My sister went for dressing in a certain health center, right? And everybody sit down. Everybody surrounded by nurses and them, and they're talking. So they say, anytime the indoor Trinidadians go in the health center, they're not treating them, they're not giving them oxygen. When they see a few days pass, they're dying, then they go to put oxygen. But the Afro Trinidadians, when they go, they're treating them real good. If you look at it, you see almost Indians who are dying. And this is not fair.
All right, let me ask you something, caller. What health center is that?
No, I don't want to call it.
No. You can't talk something like that. Listen, what health center?
But being backed up by this.
So we have to ask ourselves, and somebody said it, we're going to read some very high figures. I'm telling you right now. We are going to read some very high figures. The question has to be, is this government part of Operation Reset? We need to know, because listen, these are not far-fetched things. When it is that you reach this point where you know the death is at your doorstep, some people might psychologically say that you're paranoid. But it's not you're paranoid, you're very concerned because you can't pass nothing by this government. Are you part of Operation Reset? Because you can't reset if you don't reprogram. Are we part of this? Are you deliberately manufacturing positive COVID tested patients? Now, again, the first test could be wrong, as I said before. So, you had to go get the CAT scan, you take the second test, boom, they find out, now you're positive. What's really taking place here? That gentlemen and the listening public, what's really taking place? And yes, somebody said it earlier, I believe they are targeting East Indians in this country. I go on the record to say that I believe they are targeting not just East Indians, but they want a lot of these pensioners to die out. There is an ease on the treasury. They want a lot of people with comorbidities, hypertension, diabetes to die out because there's a strain on the treasury. They also want a lot of people who are sick and using their dialysis and so.
And that is what they want Trinidad and Tobago. That is what the Kamala Prasad, the successor, is continuing. Let me just do one thing here before. Let me see. Let me just see something here. Let me just get a quick. Let me see something here. If we will get a. I had a number, just now, hold on. Now, hold on. All right. Well, we don't have a number right now, but I will get in contact with her to get a response from her. The Honorable, Ms. Kamala Prasad Bissessa, to get her views and to get a statement from her. Whether or not if she will she be condemning these unfounded, unwarranted attacks that are coming from the party membership for support based on Africans, Chinese, and all different people. Because COVID ain't killing only people in Indian areas, or only killing Indians, as she and many of them are saying it. Because I know of many of them who would have died in both Laventille. In fact, one died, which was my neighbor. And both his son and his wife had to undergo quarantine. So when I am hearing people making these kind of stupid statements in the public domain, I must call on Robert Amar and TAT, the Telecommunication Authority, to intervene into the kind of madness that you are now hearing on the airwaves and any radio station that promoting this kind of racism and this race hate. I am not saying don't talk about your race. I am not saying don't promote your race. I am not saying that, hey, you know, not to empower your race. But what I'm saying, you cannot be inciting violence against one to protect another one. That is madness. That is the height of insanity. But I will leave it there for this morning. Let people know, share it, let people know that we are here now on YouTube, broadcasting live, and we will be bringing you more as the day goes on into what is really happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Because clearly, we'll also be diving into the police commissioner tonight. And we'll be also looking at more on these unfounded statements that are now being preached in the public domain by many of these people calling themselves UNC supporters and UNC activists. It is dangerous. We must not allow it. We must stop it. We must nip it in the bud. And I do not care who it is. Trinidad and Tobago is a cosmopolitan country. We need to stop the foolishness now. Because if it is that you are promoting your organization called Women Warriors, and you going out there and say you giving people hampers, then very well you may be very discriminatory. You may be practicing discriminatory practice. You may be doing discriminatory practices against other races in this country. And God alone knows how many others are practicing this. That if you go to them, they get hampers, or they come to you, they bypass your house straight because you are African and go to the Indian because that is what the state in here now. And you know what is be hurtful? Is that in people's mind, these minorities will sound as though they are in the majority. And that is the agenda of all of them. But silence is also what we will call agreement. So if you're silent on the matter as the political leader, you are also stating that yes, you agree with what they are saying. So when Wade Mark opening his mouth, he shouldn't open his mouth because he's an African. When you have, we name this man down in Naparima, opening his mouth, he shouldn't open his mouth and talk on any issues because he's not an Indian. When you can have people like David Lee and these fellas talking, they must remember They are and which one they're located, in who party. And remember, they are not Indians. Taharka, not an Indian. And you name all the rest of them, including activists who proclaiming that they are activists on the ground, who fueling this foolishness. Also, with the aiding and abetting of the political leader. Because she's not making no statement. She's not condemning. And if you're not condemning, then you are part of the problem. And because you are now part of a problem, you cannot at no point in time want to aspire to be no political leader in Trinidad and Tobago. People, this cannot be a fit in here. It can't be. It just cannot be. It can't be. And sentence don't have no more room, eh? I'll let you know. See you all tonight. See you all tonight. Where we dive into some more on the madness that is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, especially during COVID time. Listen.
Some people are about 12 o'clock and I'm going inside. Stand up there, the people spend me high, open wide. Everybody inside there like it's getting hard. But when I watch out their faces, mama, yo, like they're going mad. It must be the budget that the man from White House agreed. Cause all of them inside are there like it suck and crazy seed. That guy in the head couldn't come from weed. This is not a fed in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a choopy begging for mercy. This is not a fed in here, this is madness. Ay, 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 ay. Everybody mad. Ay, 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 ay. Well,